Hello.
Oh no, what have we done?
What have we done?
Oh no, what have we done? We've made over 180 episodes of a Star Trek podcast.
All right, I'm going to get the gun.
It's okay, I got you, boy.
And I can tend the rabbits.
Yeah, of course you can, Lenny. The rabbits will love you.
Just close your eyes, Lenny. So
Think of the rabbits, Lenny.
Think of the rabbits.
Think Lenny wanted to fuck a rabbit?
No.
What about Jessica Rabbit?
Yes.
Joke's on you. That story was told before Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Was it?
The Mice and Men? Yeah, believe it or not.
I guess it was.
It was written like 80 years before or something, yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, cool. Yo.
Yeah.
Yo, how's it hanging? Your penis?
Pretty good.
That's all you got?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, everything's returned back to normal down there after my vasectomy, so.
I mean, I hope your penis wasn't affected.
No.
You're not supposed to touch your penis for the procedure. It's your balls.
Oh, what?
Did you get a circumcision again?
Yeah, he circumcised it even more.
He said just a little more skin for daddy.
Yeah, he actually gave it. Yeah, he made it so it has wings now.
With Tony Shalhoub.
Yeah.
And Thomas Hayden Church.
Yeah, he took what foreskin remained and went inflated out, so it looks like one of those like the spitting dinosaur from Jurassic Park.
Sounds like it too when you take a piss.
Yeah.
It's like a sprinkler.
Yeah, he put like a little other piece of skin right there, so it goes.
Spins around.
It spins around. He goes.
Yeah, waters the whole bathroom. Yeah, you know,
Whoa!
I just gotta go, water the bathroom. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just gotta go. I got to go stand in the bathtub to do it now. I don't have any control of where it goes. So hey, I'm gonna go pee in your tub.
Yeah. Hey, you got a place with a floor drain?
Oh, no bathtub, huh? Well, I'm gonna have to set up this tarp then.
Yeah, this is my piss tarp. It's with a piss tent.
That vasectomy guy, he really did a number down there. I got the spitting dinosaur from Jurassic Park down there now. Just spits acidic black goo.
I thought it was tar at first, but no. I just don't know what it is.
I have no.
Doctors don't know either.
It melts Newman's face. It just does something. I don't know what. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna need that tarp.
I'd like my dick to melt Newman's face, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Paul Newman.
Yeah.
Paul Newman's own cookies.
Getting them to sauce that scrawled.
Mm-hmm. Double stuffing those cookies, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hells yeah.
Yeah, like Oreos, but with my sperm.
Newman's brand encompasses a lot of different foods.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's your favorite Newman's own?
I definitely like the fake ass Oreos that he makes.
Those are pretty good.
Yeah.
The salad dressings are all pretty good, I think.
Yeah, salad dressings are good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I guess he does a good job there.
Yeah, I don't love the pizzas. I don't like the frozen pizzas.
haven't had
They're
those.
fine. I hesitate to buy them because they give to charity. And the removing the profit motive from food doesn't sit well with me. You know.
I can see that.
Yeah. I like to know my food only leads to exploitation of others.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm like, this just doesn't taste right. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I feel like no one's suffering enough, or at least suffering enough for me to eat this.
Right. gotta get that suffer pizza. Speaking of suffering, what are we watching today?
Past tense part 2.
We are. If you haven't listened to our first part of this episode, past tense part 1, go back and listen to that, because otherwise the context to this might not make nearly as much sense.
Yeah, unless you're familiar with the episodes.
Right. And
which I'm guessing most people are.
You know, if you listen to this podcast, you're probably deep into this dumb, horny Trek lore, so you might already have a handle on this one. But then again, why do you listen to this podcast?
We're preaching to the choir.
Hell
here.
yeah. You just want all of your ideas reinforced.
Yes.
And you want to think we're your friends. Well, I got news to you on both fronts.
We are your friends.
We are your friends, and
love
you're right about everything.
Yes. Yeah, this is just showing that you're smart, you're beautiful, and we love you.
Yeah, and if you're especially smart and beautiful, you'll go to our Patreon at patreon.com/dumbidiotbs and sign up for any of the tiers, and you can even get on there for free. You can be a free member.
Yeah, free member.
Yeah, free member.
You can vote. You can just like democracy. You can vote for free. Vote for what we watch.
Yeah, we don't have no poll tax up in here.
No poll tax.
No, we don't have any. Yeah, any of that bullshit.
Just got to register, and you can vote for all sorts of different things, and make us watch things that have no relation to Trek at all.
Yeah. Yep. Kind of like The Captains by William Shatner.
Yeah, which has nothing to do with Trek at all.
No, it has everything to do with William Shatner needing to be a big baby.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Everyone kisses butthole.
Pucker up.
Yeah, pucker up. Here comes the kiss. The kiss of death.
Gene Simmons and Kiss.
He just has like a really long tongue in his butthole.
That's probably how your penis looks with the spitter thing.
Yeah.
Like a forked tongue. I don't know how they did it.
Yeah, tongue comes out too. I'm discovering new things in there. It has a retractable mouth, just like the aliens.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Xenomorphs,
Sounds hot.
Yeah, another dick comes out of the hole. Yeah.
Keep going. I'm almost finished.
Keep going, I'm almost finished.
So yeah, this is a second part of past tense, which makes it the 12th episode of the third season of DS9. This one has the teleplay by Ira Stephen Bear and Renee Eshevara, who wrote 41 episodes of Trek.
Wow.
Including 18 of TNG, including True Q and Iborg, and Lower Decks, that episode as well.
Oh, nice.
And 23 episodes of DS9, including Trials and Tribulations.
Oh, hells yeah.
Statistical Probabilities, the Bashir one, and Behind the Lines, which is a great episode.
Well, that's one thing we forgot to mention in the Captain's review is it's like it does show that scene when he's talking to Avery Brooks, like the scene from Trials and Tribulations,
right?
Where Captain Sisko is very excited to meet Captain Kirk.
Right. and the digitally enhanced Captain Kirk.
Yeah, and it's funny to watch that juxtaposition of just like of Sisko's like reverence for Captain Kirk and then like his absolute disdain for him, for Avery Brooks' disdain for William Shatner.
We fucking love to see it.
Love to see it.
We love to see it. Yeah, and then this episode is directed by none other than our boy Jonathan Frakes.
Say what?
Directed by Riker. Riker's all
that.
up in this one. Yeah, me too. Because this is a consequential episode, and it's maybe his best episode of Star Trek that he's directed.
Probably.
Yeah, I mean he's a great Star Trek director, and he has great episodes. But this one, I think, is the most impactful, the one that sticks with me the most. It's just really fucking good, bud.
Yeah.
So. You want to jump right into the episode?
Let's jump right on in. Let's dive in into the shallow waters.
Hell yeah.
Break our necks and then live the rest of our lives in a wheelchair.
That's how my great-grandpa died, dude.
Is it really?
Yeah.
He dived into a shallow pool?
Lake.
Wow.
Broke his neck.
Damn.
Or hit his head or something.
Wow. That sucks.
Wow. Pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
He took the funny way out.
Yeah. Was this in Alaska?
No, this was in, I don't know, maybe Poland or Pennsylvania. I'm not sure. I'm not sure where it was. So, after moving the hostages into the district processing center, Biddle Coleridge, the leader of the gang from the last episode, tells his friends to shoot any hostage that moves. Now posing as the deceased Gabriel Bell, Sisko takes control of the hostage situation in the Sanctuary District by convincing Coleridge that they need the hostages alive as a bargaining chip. Vin, the guard from the last episode, played by Dick
Dick Miller.
Dick Miller. God, imagine having your dick milled. That'd be so painful.
I need it now that it spits viscous black goo. It's turning it against me. Every time I take a piss, I have to fight it. I have to overpower it. I'm just like, stop! Oh my god!
So Dick Miller, or Vin, suddenly bursts into the room holding a gun. Biddle Coleridge is about to shoot him when Cisco tackles Vin against a wall. In the chaos, a shot is accidentally fired, and Bashir calms down a frightened Lee, who is the lady at the processing center from the last episode. Mm-hmm. Coleridge wants an access code to what he calls the net. It's got to be the internet.
Yeah.
Then this is why we have to support internet neutrality, people. Mm-hmm. Net neutrality. Otherwise, we get stuff like this where we have to pay for access to the net, and we have to get like an access chip and shit.
Yeah.
So he tries to get the access code from Vin. But Bernardo, the other guard held hostage, agrees to help him to calm Coleridge down and give him access, just wanting to get home and see his wife and 2 children. Mm-hmm. Cisco and Bashir start using benches to block some windows. Bashir expresses his concern about Cisco posing as Gabriel Bell because Bell historically died when guards stormed the building. Mm-hmm. Cisco says that he is not Bell, but everyone will treat him like he is. Mm-hmm. Bashir reminds him that he and Cisco are the only 2 that know this. Yeah. So if they die, shit's all fucked.
Shit's all fucked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and this is, and then I'm sure, you gotta feel for Cisco at this point because it's like, Cisco has some knowledge of this event, mm-hmm. but it's just like he has no idea like every single action Gabriel Bell took.
That's true.
And during this situation,
so he's playing it like jazz, baby.
Yeah, he's just like, he has to be like, kind of like, almost be, just try to like do the best guess for
it's
Gabriel.
Like, oh yeah, jazz is all about the cops that you don't kill.
Yeah, all he knows is that everyone survives. So it's just like, but who knows what other other actions he could take that could possibly affect it in any sort of way. So
he takes a really heinous dump in the bathroom and it irrevocably changes history because
it kills somebody.
Yeah, it kills a guard. It kills Vin. He comes in. He's like, oh no,
oh no,
my hoard.
They ain't ready for those 24th century shits.
What do you eat? God damn! It smells like death.
Yeah,
it's coming for me.
But yeah, that's how you have to wonder. It's because I'm sure like a lot of our American history is seen through the lens of the victors and stuff like that. So it's just like. So it's just like, and Gabriel Bell has probably achieved some sort of heightened status.
Legendary status.
Yeah, legendary status. So it's just like, and where a lot of historical figures were, in real life pretty complex, and, not everything they did was right. And it's just like, so it's just like, it's just like kind of going by his legend almost in a way, and also trying to uphold what actually happened. It's just it has to be a lot of his own interpretation. So it's
this is if you went back in time and suddenly you're John Wilkes Booth.
Yeah.
And you have to figure out how you get to kill Lincoln, and then you're like, why do I want to do this?
Or John Brown, probably. And it's just just like, oh God, what am I gonna do?
Yeah, kind of good old John Brown. We love John Brown. Mm-hmm. Do it, John Brown, folks. And by that,
yes.
But also,
yes.
Yeah, you should. Most senators, most of them. But yeah,
it's hard to say what. Yeah, but it's great that spoiler, it does come out the way it intends. But yeah, it's a very. I would imagine it would be a very stressful situation.
Yeah, going back in time in general.
And having to,
I mean, would you rather go back in time to, make sure a riot happens or to play guitar so good that your dad comes in your mom?
God, if anything, I would try to play the guitar bad enough so he doesn't.
It's like you pick up the guitar, and you just disappear completely, and the guitar falls to the stage.
Yeah. I have like a picture of myself on the guitar that I'm playing, and I have to play like a really bad song, and then like I just see myself slowly fading, and my hand fading. I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
I just disappear on stage, and everyone just like starts screaming.
There's a guy in the corner with a phone. He's like, oh man, fucking 1,000 gex. You need to hear this.
Yeah. Yeah, 1,000 gex.
This is the sound you're looking for.
He's like, oh my God. Yeah, actually, it's a picture. Yeah, it's a picture of me and my two brothers, and I watch my youngest brother disappear first, and then the middle brother, and then finally me. And it's like, yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, and as your brothers disappear, the picture becomes increasingly stained in semen. You're like, smells like me.
Smells like me. Not anymore.
So, opening credits, 4:45. Pretty long, but we also had a last time on.
Oh yeah, last time on.
So we come back from credits, and Michael Webb, the dad from the last episode with the hurt son who Bashir helped, is bent on organizing the Sanctuary District and arrives, and Cisco introduces him to Biddle. Do you think that's a take on like Travis Biddle from Taxi Driver?
Maybe.
I didn't think about that until now.
It's all right to be a little bitty in a hometown or a big old city.
Little Biddle
Yeah, it's okay to be a little biddle
in a siddle.
in a hometown or a little siddle.
Siddle, sure.
Might as well share. Might as well love. Might as well be
So Cisco enlists Michael Webb's help to recruit gimmies as people who he trusts to guard the hostages and watch over the volatile ghosts as well. Meanwhile, Dax sees news coverage of the event at Chris Brenner's apartment and realizes she must get to the district to help save Cisco and Bashir, despite Brenner's insistence she could be hurt. I thought he got her a hotel room.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they...
Yeah, I think that was his intention. Like, why don't I get you a hotel room?
Right.
He's like, oh, concierge, 2 keys.
Yeah. Because people, the doorman, he shouldn't know your face.
Yeah.
Not at my place, at least.
Not in my place.
So, Jadzia Dax realizes she must get to the district and save Bashir and Cisco, despite Brenner's insistence that she could be hurt. Oh, boo-hoo. On the USS Defiant, Kira and Miles have narrowed the possible time periods to 10 possible time periods. But due to the limited number of chronoton particles they have, a finite number of trips can be made. And they don't have enough to cover all 10 time frames. Kira feels ridiculous that she has to wear a bandage on her nose to disguise her Bajoran heritage in the past Earth.
Yeah.
And O'Brien advises her to say nothing and let him do all the talking. Typical man stuff.
Well, I also wondered if that was also because, like, whether or not, like, the universal translator would be, like...
That's true.
Would
That's
work
true.
on people that aren't wearing it. Yeah, because,
Right.
I was like... Because I thought that would have been fun if we got to hear what the Bajoran language sounded like.
Yeah.
It's like,
it was just like a loud screech or something.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Like, yeah, the first people she encounters, she says something like, it's just like, what the hell?
yeah. Or it just sounds like she's insulting them in English.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, motherfuck, shit, dick, fuck.
But it's hard to say because, like, we see, like, the universal translator seems to work both ways for anybody, because, like, when Quark and crew go back to Roswell, like, it shows, like, their universal translators are off, but they're able to mess with it and, like, turn it back on, and then the people can understand them. So it's like, I guess only one person actually needs the universal translator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Because it, like, reads and translates brain waves, so it... I don't know how it's supposed to work.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I'm no translator scientist, you know.
Ain't no translating scientist here.
So, on their first attempt, O'Brien and Kira materialize in the mid-20th century and can find no evidence of the team's presence. And
Yeah,
it seems like the 1930s, maybe.
Yeah, it seems like it's New Year's or something.
Yeah, it's definitely like a fancy black tie event. Before they leave, they run into like a flapper couple leaving a party, which makes me think it's like 20s or 30s.
Yeah, probably pre-Great Depression.
Yeah, but the car makes it look like probably 30s. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess 30s here. The flapper couple leaving a party looks at them and just runs off. So.
Yeah, just smiles at them because they're wearing the clothes they choose to wear
Are silly.
are incredibly silly. Like they're not from any sort of time in American history.
No, and they could have replicated anything.
They could have replicated it, but I'm not sure if they even knew what time they were going to. So I think they were probably trying to choose the most neutral type clothing they possibly could wear, but it still looks bizarre.
Right.
Like
They should have worn, just like a black jumpsuit or something. Or, you know what? I feel like, especially if like you don't have to go too far back, like a black turtleneck and black pants.
Yeah.
Is like something that you could have worn for the last 120 or 30 years. And it doesn't look out of place, I don't think.
No, yeah, even in 1920s, like it would probably be like, or 1930s, look appropriate in some way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, but yeah, it's just very funny. They choose the most outlandish. Like I think like O'Brien's wearing like a weird vest. Like they're both wearing vests.
They should have both worn like kink harnesses, and that's it.
Just been completely nude.
Yeah. Just like, we don't know where we are. We thought this Betazoid. This isn't Betazoid. Oopsie daisy.
Oopsie doodle.
So, back in the Sanctuary District, Biddle Coleridge is outraged that the Gimmies are guarding the hostages, but Cisco emphasizes the importance of having people they can trust. Coleridge tells Cisco and Michael Webb that he intends to trade the hostages for freedom, for amnesty, for credit ships, and for the ability to go anywhere that they want at any time. Coleridge says he wants to go to Tasmania because it's the birthplace of Errol Flynn.
Yeah.
Like who in 2024 is like lionizing Errol fucking Flynn?
Biddle Coleridge is.
Biddle Coleridge.
Yeah, I did like how they're like. I do like this moment where Webb and Cisco are basically trading looks, listening to this guy talk because they're just realizing, oh, this guy's a moron.
Yeah,
because like what he's asking for one, he's just asking for things for just him and his crew.
Yeah, it's
not
selfish.
nothing. Yeah, nothing for like the people in the Sanctuary District, and the requests are completely absurd. Like going to Tasmania, it's just like a silly request.
He gonna be the Tasmanian devil, baby. That's also where Young Einstein was from in the movie Young Einstein.
I love Einstein.
Starring Yahoo Serious.
Yeah, Yahoo Serious. I was thinking about Yahoo Serious pretty recently. I wonder if he's
still... is that what you think about when you jerk off?
Yeah, just if he's still alive.
Cafe restaurants?
What's Yahoo Serious doing right now?
I don't know. It's probably something serious. Oh no, he retired because he started Yahoo.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about Yahoo Serious. His last name's Serious, but he is anything but.
Whoa, that was a real runaround, buddy.
He's actually really silly. He's a silly guy.
He makes me laugh. That's what he does. Cisco says that they must think of the other 10,000 people in the Sanctuary District as well, and they will not make it far before they're caught if they go with Biddle's plan. Webb supports Cisco, and they agree to campaign for the closure of sanctuary districts, jobs for the residents, and the reinstatement of the Federal Employment Act, which is something very specific that, like, Ira Stephen Bear, or the other writer, I'm sure, was like, yeah, we should actually say the Federal Employment Act. Because it'd be amazing if we had like real jobs programs in America and employment were guaranteed. Yes, absolutely. That would change everything. Like, and there's a lot to do in this country. Like, we got a lot of failing architecture that could use like an actual, like, you know, organized effort. But we have made jobs prohibitively expensive to get into by the schooling and training required for them. Yep. And even like, and then we tied medical insurance to it, which is another like intentional thing. Right, we don't want everyone to have medical insurance. Like, you went to school to weld, right? And I imagine that costs quite a bit of money. Yeah, like, and you know, it doesn't even get you like a super high paying job. No, it's just another like blue collar job. You had to go to school to get into what used to be an entry level position. What used to be, they were just like, go fucking build a ship. Like, learn how to fucking, we'll teach you how to weld.
Oh yeah, I do believe like we should have like an apprenticeship program like that where, you know, right out of school people are just like instantly like put into and just have that sort of like, you know, constant training of everyone.
Yeah, we should pay people to take on apprentices straight up.
Absolutely.
So, Cisco convinces Michael Webb to act as a representative for the district because he wears a suit and to speak to the outside world since he sees him as a reasonable person that can't be dismissed as easily as he or Coleridge.
Yeah, because like you put Biddle up there and everyone's gonna be like, look at this fucking jerk.
Yeah, right.
Look at this fucking moron.
Fucking fedora guy. You look like you're a dumbass swing band. Fuck off. So as they try to get their position across, their connection is broken by the police as per department policy in these situations. Suddenly, Detective Preston, a police negotiator from the San Francisco Police Department, contacts them on a private channel. First, she asks to see the hostages. Biddle drags the processing lady, Lee, to the screen and threatens Preston, revealing the instability of the entire situation.
Yeah.
Preston,
Biddle's a moron.
Yeah, Biddle is fucking this whole thing up. So Preston calmly asks to talk to Webb again, and so he gently pushes Coleridge, and Cisco leads him away. She offers to meet them in person by the main gate of the Sanctuary District. So they do. Cisco accompanies Webb to the meeting and states their demands. Preston agrees to relay them to the governor, Robert Chen, and also agrees to do her best to supply the residents with breakfast, baby. We gonna get a breakfast bar in here. Breakfast buffet.
Yeah, I would be instantly suspicious of any sort of breakfast the police provide.
Yeah.
Like just have nothing but sleeping pills in it or something.
As we all know, like foreign aid and like aid packages and stuff usually come with a lot of strings in lots of ways.
Especially, in like this his hostage situation, there's just be like, all right, fucking roofie them, and then just like
or there's like a guy who's like, I'm with the muffin men, and he's like obviously just a cop. And
I'm the muffin man, baby.
So Bashir finds out that the processing lady, Lee, is hypoglycemic and offers to help her find some treatment. She realizes that Bell, or Cisco rather, initially gave her a false name, and Bashir explains that Bell had run into some trouble a while back. Lee reveals that she processed a woman with a warrant on her for abandoning a child because she could not take care of him and left him with a family that she worked for. Lee felt sorry for the woman and did not log her into the system, which would have alerted police, instead letting her disappear into the Sanctuary District. So Lee's got a heart of gold. Lee knows what's wrong here.
Yeah.
Lee's supervisor almost fired her when the incident was revealed. Lee does not know what happened to the woman, but she thinks about her all the time. Bashir explains that it's not her fault the way things are the way they are. Lee says that everyone says that and nothing ever changes, which is like a really amazing, succinct breakdown of like neoliberal decline and systemic decline. This, once again, like, even though this one's not written by Robert Hewitt Wolf, you definitely see that like Ira Stephen Bear, very similar politics.
Yes.
And the other writers. So like a lot of like the writers who write most of the DS9 episodes definitely share anti-capitalist politics, it seems. Yeah. So later, while most of the hostages are sleeping, Vin, the old Gar, played by Dick Miller, gets up and almost gets his hands on a weapon when Coleridge alerts everyone and holds a gun to him. However, Cisco intervenes by pointing a shotgun towards Coleridge and prepares to shoot him, determined not to let any hostages or guards die.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty cool. Like, because, you know, it's like, all right, I know one thing about Gabriel Bell, and he didn't let any of these people die. So I got to be like, this, I'm going to do whatever I can.
That's the one thing he's got to do.
Yeah.
So Coleridge sees that Cisco is serious and puts his gun down. Cisco takes Vin aside and threatens him not to do anything stupid again, but he's not moving. Vin asks him to let the hostages go. Come on, Vin. We know we can't do that.
Yeah.
Cisco impatiently says The Vin and the others who work at the sanctuary just do not get it, even though they work here and see the injustices suffered by people every single day. He says it would be a start for Vin and the others to just acknowledge what's going on around them. Which is like, this is some capital A acting from Avery Brooks. Like, he's killing it the entirety of both of these episodes. But, like, he's... Like, this is a great impassioned speech. He makes several very impassioned speeches about, like, you know, just neoliberal systemic decline and people just, like, not recognizing it and ignoring it. And it's pretty great.
Yeah. He's, like, really pointing out, like, Dick Miller is an enforcer in this situation and just has that sort of, like, inability to empathize with his fellow man and just work as, like... work in a system where he is also like a victim, but not really truly aware of it. Right.
I mean, he's a cop. Yeah. He's a cop. He's
petty bourgeoisie. Yeah.
Petty bourgeois, like just protecting the actual like bourgeois class at expense of himself and his health, obviously. And he's putting himself in dangerous situations that he doesn't need to be in just in order to not become homeless.
Yes.
He's not like, he's on the same class as these people basically, but he doesn't realize it. Which is why we need to slash cop funding. Make him more working class again.
Yes, absolutely.
So, meanwhile, on another attempt to find Cisco and the others, Kira and O'Brien end up in the 1960s by a flowered van and Hey Joe by Jimi Hendrix playing. Two stoned hippies come out of the van, give flowers and a peace sign to a nonplussed Kira and O'Brien, who awkwardly give the sign back to them.
This is very funny to me.
Yeah,
I love this scene.
Yeah, it's very silly. It's almost like TNG in a way, and like the camp it has in it. Just then, they are transported back to the ship, and one of the hippies goes, "Wow."
Yeah. I did like that. Yeah, they just thought they were fucked up.
Yeah, it was a very cute, like, 15, 20-second scene. Perfect.
Yeah, it was great. It was a great little comedy break and a pretty serious episode.
Yeah, the B and the C plot in this are also, like, very fun. Like, I do like the Dax thing, how it shows, like, the other side of the economic disparagement. And also, you know, we have Kira and O'Brien traveling through space, like... space-time rather, you know, and it's just like cute little moments. And it could be really any two characters doing it, but I like that it's these two. They're cute. So true to her promise, Preston has supplied breakfast to the residents. Good for her. Danny comes inside to find his father and be with him. Danny is Webb's son, Michael Webb's son. So Webb agrees.
Recovered from his injuries.
Yeah. Webb agrees that Danny can stay for a while, but says that Danny must go when he says so without any question. Meanwhile, Bashir has managed to find some glucogen in what was left of the clinic and provides treatment for Lee. Bashir also tells the guard, Calavera, the other guard, who's worried about his family, that something good will eventually come of all of this.
Yeah, don't talk too much, Bashir.
yeah, buddy. You don't know exactly what happens.
Yeah. I mean, but I would like to be told that. You know, I would love to hear that,
especially from a doctor.
But I would love to hear. Well, just like have kind of like a guarantee that eventually, like America. Or in the world will turn around and have like a much more equitable society, like the Federation.
Yeah,
and
I mean, I feel like that's what Obama campaigned on, and that didn't work at all.
Yeah, well, he definitely didn't believe that.
No. I feel like maybe at some point he did, but it's one of those guys who like saw the reality of things, and his brain couldn't handle it with his like prior commitments and ideals, and so he's like, oh, well, that's not the way the world is. And we gotta bomb weddings so to protect the national interest.
Now time to release my favorite songs from each year now, and that's it.
Yeah. So also Netflix series
series,
they paid him like $100 million or some wild shit like
Jesus Christ.
So later Preston returns with the governor's response. He says he'll reduce the charges against Bell and Webb to incitement of riot if they release the hostages, which, I mean, can prison really be any worse than a sanctuary district? Like, where are they going to put him? Like, they could just put him back in the sanctuary district as punishment.
This is already an open air prison.
Right, exactly. It's like, are there any prisons? Do you need any prisons in Palestine? It's because they're already there.
Yeah, if anything, it's like they'll probably just go to a black site torture place. It's just like that's the two possibilities. Yeah, just stay in the sanctuary city. They already open air prison or be tortured.
Great options.
Yeah,
my favorite options. So Cisco and Webb ask whether the sanctuary will be closed and jobs offered, and Preston says that the governor intends to form a committee to look into the matter, and the change takes time. And they both reject this offer because they're smart. Because as we know in America, like, committee is the death of progress.
Yeah.
Like, once they're like, oh, we'll study it and put it on a committee instead of, oh, we'll put it to a vote, it just dies in committee every time. Or, they get some kind of arbiter to say, no, this isn't feasible, and then they just accept that one answer from one person because it's convenient to their political needs.
We have all of our systems are in place to destroy any sort of progressive change.
Well, all systems of power, in the end, their ultimate goal is to reinforce themselves. And so things will ultimately never change as long as those systems of power and the people who control them stay in power and believe in them.
Yeah.
And we believe in them.
Yeah, just like how how we got we think that we had to choose between 100% Hitler and 99% Hitler when the system is what makes them act this way. It doesn't matter who we elect. Like, it's just going to be the same fucking thing.
Super. So, Dax manages, back with Dax, and Chris Brenner.
Brenner.
She manages to find her way into the sanctuary district through some underground pipes through the sanitation department. I guess not back with Dax, because she just shows up now.
Yeah.
In the sanctuary district. Soon, some DIMs alert her presence to those at the processing center, and in the process, her comm badge is stolen by one of them named Grady. Who
is played by Clint Howard.
Clint motherfucking Howard.
Which, continuing his, his appearance in like all all Star Trek properties, basically.
He's in TOS. He's in Voyager. He's in TNG, isn't he? Is he someone in TNG?
Maybe.
But he's all over the fucking place. And we love to see him. We don't love to hear about his politics because he has shit politics. Fucking Clint Howard's an idiot. He was great as the ice cream man, though.
Yeah, great as ice cream man. Yeah.
So meanwhile, Cisco and Bashir try to get past the lockout of the net without luck. In the past, a way was somehow found to get past the lockout, and many people were able to tell their stories to the world. Bell must have found a way, so now they must do the same. So Coleridge then brings Dax inside, and she is reunited with Cisco and Bashir. And I thought this one, this is just for you, Patrick, and anyone else who has watched Silo. This, I think, is very similar to the thing in Silo. And I think Silo might have taken a bit from this, trying to get the chip into the computer and upload it to the entire thing to show.
Yeah. I did like that part of, Silo.
Yeah, that was a great episode. And then, evading the cops for, the whole episode and shit.
Yeah.
And then pouring trash down the chute. That was so fucked up.
That was really good.
Yeah, right. So, Coleridge then brings Dax inside, and she's reunited with Cisco and Bashir. They're happy to see her. Cisco and Bashir explain that they cannot leave back to the ship yet because history must be allowed to run its course. He initially orders Bashir and Dax to head to a beam-out location using Dax's comm badge. However, Dax says she can get help to circumvent the lockout of the net. So Dax successfully recovers her comm badge from Grady with Bashir's help. It's a whatever scene, honestly.
Yeah.
He just convinces Clint Howard to give it to her.
Yeah, Clint Clint Howard's clearly not there, so they just use his own work with his delusions and get him to hand it back voluntarily.
It's like that Guns N' Roses album, Use Your Delusion.
Yeah, Use Your Delusion. Oh, that inspired this.
There you go. Yeah, I guess this came after that. You're right.
Yeah.
So Dax returns to Chris Brenner for his help. He initially has doubts about helping the residents of the sanctuary district, as he would lose his interface operating license for turning the channel over to criminals.
Yeah, he's like a equivalent of like Mark Zuckerberg or
and so
somebody.
So this is the least believable part of the episode, because he's like, but at least I'd be doing it for a good cause, and I'm like, no, I don't buy that shit for a second.
No, he works within the system.
Like, I know Dak's pussy fucking good,
yeah,
but does it have that kind of gorilla grip?
Hey,
it can't be that ishy squishy.
This dude. Like Dax has 300 years
That's
experience,
true. And this guy was probably a virgin before her.
Yeah,
so.
A virgin in his and her and comparatively to her.
Oh, absolutely.
Like he's just like a baby. He's just like he's new, like she probably ushered in a new dawn to him. And that's what we need. That's going to affect change. Because if we were to go to an Elon Musk or a Mark Zuckerberg type character and be like, this is for the good of humanity, they'd be like, I'm calling the cops.
Yeah.
And that's one thing, that's one thing about Star Trek is like, I think we talked about this last episode, just like whether or not like a Bell riot would actually be effective to affect like, to awaken class consciousness. And, 'cause in fact, we have like, Bell riots every day, but it's just like, and this is also, Star Trek is very ideal in that kind of sense, where it's like, like you just have to have like the best argument and then appeal to people's hearts and minds who could affect that sort of change.
It's like the West Wing, but at least it's not in the container of American politics where it's completely unbelievable that someone wins with a good argument and like by lawyering their way through something. Like that just doesn't happen in real life.
No. But we hope for it. Maybe some I don't see them going to Elon Musk and convincing him of the people's hearts and minds or having any sort of humanity.
No, they'll convince him of like a genocide project though.
Yeah.
So Dax responds that Brenner would be giving the residents a voice and that people have a right to know about their situation. And when the government storms in, the sanctuary residents will die, and those deaths should not be for nothing. Brenner agrees to help restore the processing center's computer link because, although he will lose his license, he will get great ratings. That's the only believable part of this, is that he does it for like, but it's going to make me fucking money.
Yeah.
Which is almost believable.
Yeah.
So once this is done, the residents are given the chance to tell their stories to millions around the planet through the network, starting with a guy who was laid off from a brewery in San Francisco, Anchor Brewing, obviously.
Yeah.
They're fucking anti-union. Fuck them.
Yeah, they are.
So unfortunately, despite pleas from Preston, the governor is unmoved by the sanctuary district residents' plight and orders to send in troops at 500 hours.
500
SWAT teams.
Yep.
So they're getting swatted, dog.
Yeah, they're getting swatted.
Kira and O'Brien return to the Defiant from the year 2048. They realize that the team arrived before then, and it was drastically different to the 2048 of unaltered time. Using this information, they narrow the possibility down to 3 dates, but have only enough chronoton particles to make one more attempt. Which, I mean, this is kind of, I don't know. I don't know if we need like these false stakes or if it really like upped the ante too much for me. I didn't really care. I was like, well, they're obviously going to get to the right place.
Yeah, I know. And this time is so weird. Like they could have like, it's funny. They go right at the exact time they need them to be there instead of like 5 days before.
Right.
Or something like that. That's something they don't really, I mean, they don't take into account is this like, could like time wise could after they were there could have like Cisco, Bashir, and Dax like appeared like an hour later, even though they left technically like a day before or whatever, but who knows?
Right. Yeah, it's convenient writing.
It's
writing,
plot
you know what? It's good.
But yeah, but it's not important. That's the point.
True.
It's not important.
So O'Brien makes a guess, just a wild guess. He's on a hunch. And then materialize in the correct time at the corner of Polk Street and California Street. I think it would have made more sense to do something more iconic like Haight and Ashbury, but that's just me.
I've never been to San Francisco.
Oh, yeah? Well, where do you suck all your dicks then? Right here in Seattle.
Hey, here in Seattle. Old Seattle way.
They call it the Seattle freeze because everyone's dick is cold. Until it's in my mouth.
Yeah, I go to, what's it called? What's that one street?
Pike.
No, not Pike. Over where the bridge is.
The bridge, the Montlake Bridge.
No.
I don't know, man.
Forget about it.
Yeah, I will. So O'Brien and Kira realize that they hit the correct time period, and O'Brien detects a residual electrostatic charge, and Kira contacts Dax on her comm badge. They make arrangements to rendezvous and deactivate their comm badges so the Defiant will not recover them until the next day. Very wise.
Very wise.
Or they should, I don't know. Yeah, that's probably wise. So in the meantime, the hostages are calmer and talking sports when Coleridge reports movement outside, which just goes to show, like, the sports will continue to be, like, around no matter how bad society gets.
Oh, is that the talk where he's like, did you play football?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, he's like, no, baseball.
Actually.
So Cisco and Webb try to keep the hostages safe as SWAT teams move in and without regard to their lives at all. Michael Webb sends away Danny, and Coleridge gives Danny his hat. It's kind of a cute moment.
Yeah, I
Kinda
definitely
sweet.
like this because it definitely gives Biddle some humanity.
Yeah, it shows a little redemption. It's a little redemption arc kind of, and he kind of redeems himself here.
Yeah, he he had goodish intentions. Like he's an idiot. Like,
a ghost. He's a ghost.
He's a ghost, but he's
a friendly ghost though, like Casper.
He's like Casper. Yeah, I like this moment. It was cute.
So soon the SWAT teams come, barge in and open fire. 0500. Coleridge and Webb are killed along with a number of others, but Cisco takes a bullet protecting Vin, who is trying to stop the shooting. Like, no, stop it!
Yeah.
The lead SWAT team member calls the area secure. Vin excoriates them, saying that they were all reckless. The SWAT team gives Vin and Calvera weapons while they go to secure other areas, which is like, how do you know they're guards? They could just be wearing guard uniforms.
Yeah. Yeah, one of the most what kind of unbelievable thing is they just don't arrest Gabriel Bell.
Right.
They don't immediately take him and Bashir into custody because it's like they just like kind of just like walk out on their
Like,
own.
all the gangsters have hats.
Yeah.
And then Danny gets shot. No, my boy.
Yeah. Like, no. He's just riddled with bullets.
Although I guess Webb is already dead at this point.
Yeah,
so
Webb's
it doesn't-
already dead. Yeah. It's
like father, like son.
Yeah, it's it's sad to see him go, and but yeah, and it's good that Cisco lived because he's expecting he had to die. I think that shows like a lot of his just like his dedication to the Federation is that he pretty much had knowledge that he was going to come out of the situation. He wasn't gonna walk away from this.
True.
And he would, but he knew it was necessary, and he went headed with it anyway because out of sense of duty, which is great.
His name was Michael Webb.
His name was Michael Webb. But yeah, no, I definitely like this is a good episode. But but yeah, just like them not taking Cisco into custody or anything. It was essentially
Kind of silly.
yeah.
Yeah, because like the guards like took him and Bashir into custody immediately when they found him without ID.
Yeah.
But like these guys who are going around and killing like people in the sanctuary district aren't going to immediately arrest these two people who are obviously like from the sanctuary district.
And we're part of the hostage
Right,
situation.
exactly. Like, do they know? Oh, these ones are nice.
Yeah, don't worry.
don't
These
have
guys
guns.
are fine. Let them go on their own. But also, again, that also speaks to like just how like the fact that they already knew this was a prison. Like this is they're already in prison.
Right.
Like where else are they going to put them besides like a torture torture black site or something?
Well, that's it. A torture black site. Yeah. Like like solitary confinement. Like some of the truest, most heinous torture.
Yeah. Or just straight up execute them where they were. He's got a gun.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm surprised they didn't do that.
Yes.
Is honestly what it is. Because like modern cops would have done that. Like anyone
Absolutely.
not wearing a guard uniform, they would have murked.
Yes.
They would have. Like
which is sort of like this is also made for television, but it is sort of like also just like the idealism of Star Trek in a way where it's just like because like our reality is way worse.
Yeah.
It's just like, because we know the nature of police and how they would handle the situation, and no one would be walking away alive. They'd probably even kill the hostages.
Fucking, like, people now get swatted all the time, and, like, people get killed. Innocent people are getting killed by SWAT teams for doing absolutely nothing other than, like, getting accosted online. Is fucking fucked up.
And the reason why swatting continues is because it's totally legal.
Yeah,
like
there's no systems that we're trying to make or use or regulations to prevent this.
They can swat a place and get away and swat the completely wrong place or an innocent person, and there's no recourse for it.
Right.
Like
maybe
they fucking
no, there's paid leave.
They paid leave. Yeah,
there's paid leave, buddy.
Yeah, like they'll put a fucking stun grenade in a fucking crib with a baby in it, and nothing will happen.
Right.
They'll execute innocent people, like we saw with shoot people through walls and kill them, and no sort of recourse or anything. So we know, if these cops were to storm a hostage situation, no one would be walking away alive.
Oh no.
Yeah. No,
they'd probably kill some of the hostages.
Probably kill some of the hostages. The hostages would be be collateral damage, and they would have definitely air hold Cisco and Bashir. No doubt.
Hell yeah. So Bashir examines Cisco and his gunshot wound, and fortunately it's non-fatal. He's gonna live.
Yep.
Cisco pulls Vin in and berates him for not staying low, but Vin understands, finally trusting Cisco's motives.
Yes.
He didn't doubt him, or he did doubt him, like William Shatner did in The Captains.
Yeah. I think that's probably what Gabriel Bell really accomplishes. Most of all is because he was able to convince Vin, someone who works within the system, and just and Vin was walked away being I'll tell everyone that happens here, and which was probably started Gabriel Bell's legend in a way. Yeah. So
yeah. Do you think a cop started the legend of Gabriel Bell?
Well, I think he was probably one of the people, because he was he was working the closest with Cisco, and so he's just he saw firsthand of how the response to Gabriel Bell and the violence inherent in the system, and it woke something up in him, and he was able to. He's just I'll tell people what happened here. Yeah.
So Vin and Calavera, the other guard, lead a group outside and are shocked by the bodies lying on the street. Vin asks how they could let this happen. Great question.
Yeah, great question.
As the National Guard takes control of the situation, grateful Vin allows Cisco and Bashir to escape by switching their ID cards with two of the dead. Which I don't know how that's going to let them escape unless they're two dead guards.
Yeah.
I don't think it was. So it appears, as before, that Gabriel Bell died while trying to save hostages. As he leaves, Cisco asks Vin to tell everyone the truth about the incident, and Vin responds that he had planned to do that anyway.
Yeah.
Very, very sweet.
Yep.
So next we get a first officer's log from Kira. First officer's log, supplemental. Upon returning to the present with our missing crew members, we were revealed to discover the timeline had been restored. So Cisco, Dax, and Bashir are returned to the 21st century, with history now having followed its correct course. As Cisco recovers from his gunshot wound.
I like how he's recovering. It's clear
they could just fix that, right?
The beds on the Defiant are probably not big enough for Avery Brooks.
Right,
so
right.
He's sitting in a very bizarre way where he's splayed out. Yeah. Because he's supposed to be using one of those little kind of Navy style beds that the Defiant has, and probably can't fit in that.
Good for fetal position and not much else.
Yeah, I've slept in one of those.
And fucking a sailor.
I've slept in one of those. They are like a coffin. It's pretty bad.
A coffin you fuck a sailor in. That's a coffin I want to be buried in.
I'm not even
sure. Coffin.
I don't even think it could do that. It's basically is
I could fuck a sailor anywhere, buddy.
If you could, more power to you. If you can make it work.
So, as Cisco recovers from his gunshot wound in his quarters on the Defiant, Bashir visits and shows him one unexpected consequence of their visit to the past. The Federation historical records now show Sisko's portrait in an entry regarding Gabriel Bell. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
That's some real they all look the same energy right there.
and it comes up in a later episode.
Yeah, it does.
With the time cops. Mm-hmm. Yeah, which I really like. And I just thought it would be funny if Jake's learning about this subject in school and he just sees his dad.
Yeah.
He's like, what the fuck?
Dad, not again, Dad. Did you rectify the timeline again? Yeah. Dad.
But also this ends though with that kind of ends with Sisko's being like, well, I got to explain this to Starfleet,
Right.
But then later when the time cops come and excoriate him for it, it's just like, wow, it's like he already talked about this with Starfleets, presumably.
Yeah, you'd hope.
It's just
maybe you wouldn't hope. But I mean, do you really need to talk about this with Starfleet? Like, because of the temporal cops and shit that come around, I'd be hesitant to ever talk about time travel with Starfleet.
Yeah.
Although they did ask Starfleet for permission to travel back in the past for some stuff, so they probably already.
And now
know
Gabriel Bell looks just like the commander from Deep Space Nine.
Right. My boss would chew me out for that. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
My boss would be like, "Excuse me, did you lead a riot 300 years ago without telling me?"
I was going to talk about that, and I sent an email.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's in my drafts. I'm so sorry.
Oh, my God, I thought I sent that. Oh, you see, it's in the drafts. It's in the drafts. I was going to send it.
Right. Oopsie.
Oopsie doodle.
Oopsie doodle.
That's what we call a silly Billy gumdrops.
Yeah. Real silly Gabriel Bell gumdrops. Yeah. Silly belly gumdrops.
Yep.
Yeah. So Julian asked Sisko, from having seen the 21st century, how the people of that time could have let things get so bad. Sisko tells him, "That's a good question. I wish I had an answer." End of episode. That's a powerful end of the episode, I think.
And that's also great because it's this episode, as you said, came out in 1995, and we are literally in that situation now.
Thanks, Bill Clinton.
yeah. We are literally living this now. Mm-hmm. It's not it. We don't have we have those tent cities. We have everything. We don't have the walls separating. We have we have allegorical walls.
We do in a lot of cases. I don't know. There's a small houses thing down kind of near South Lake Union.
Yeah.
And that has a fence with barbed wire up around it.
Yeah.
And they have curfews and stuff, and you can't go in and out after certain times. So once again, this is kind of like a minimum security prison. People are free to kind of come and go for things they need to do, but they have to be back at certain times at night, or else they're not allowed back in.
And this is our response to solving the issue of homelessness and economic disparity and divide is no, okay, we'll just because we're so addicted to punishment.
Mm-hmm.
It's just instead create a minimal security prison downtown rather than all of the empty apartments that we have in Seattle. Not actually
buy a fucking couple of hotels and make them transitional housing. What the fuck? Give people their own place.
Nope. And downtown Seattle is very, lots of anti-homeless architecture.
Mm-hmm.
You hardly can find any benches in a lot of places.
Nope.
Yeah, it's very there is that divide that's very clear.
Mm-hmm.
And we are literally we are on the precipice of the Bell riots.
Part of me hopes so, part of me doesn't.
It's not going to be good for a lot of people.
Right. Because, political instability, as much as it seems desirable to cause political change, all political instability is, for a while, very hard on a lot of people.
Yeah.
It creates big stresses on supply lines and supply chains, and not just in a consumerist way to where, oopsie, we can't get our thing from Amazon in a couple days. Mm-hmm. It's more you're going to have trouble finding food.
Yeah.
And that's a big fucking problem.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And that's what they basically say is this basically starts that sort of change that kind of just where humanity kind of enters almost another dark ages.
Right.
And they do so for what, like 100 so years or so.
Basically until after World War III.
Yeah, and until like first contact, and it's just like
that's only 50 years.
Yeah, but like there's like but they mentioned that there's lots of human suffering, lots of people die. They mentioned like this in pretty much a lot of the Star Treks is just like it's just like that period of war and famine, just human suffering, eventually leads to like a better tomorrow. But it takes a long time.
Yeah, change is always progressive, and like as much as like I'd love an immediate revolution to happen that would fix everything, I know that's not going to happen. I mean, our last our true last chance for a progressive revolution was probably like the Bernie moment.
Yeah,
to where things the Overton window could have been progressively pushed leftward and leftward because people would see material gains on their lives from this political system.
Yeah.
But, the Democratic Party made sure that could never happen.
Yep. And that's, as a way of how things stand now, like, we won't see any of this, like, something like this or, like, change in our lifetime, I think. No. Unfortunately. Like, our elections are basically useless in a lot of the ways. Like, we have no, like, any sort of, like, presidential elections are just like, it's just like kabuki theater. It's all just like changing faces of like our devour everything empire. And everything's just going to get progressively worse until it does have to reach a Bell Riots type moment.
Yeah, I mean everything gets worse until it gets better.
Yep. And all we can do is try to work well within our own communities, because we can't obviously, like, we're showing like we can't affect our world leaders on a global scale to do the right thing. Right. And we could barely affect our world leaders to do the right thing locally and domestically.
No, we can't. No,
it's impossible.
No. I mean, have you seen like our mayor Bruce Harrell? Like, come on.
Yeah, I know.
No, it's wrong. They just recriminalized drugs.
Yep.
Because why not?
Why not?
We got to throw more. We don't have enough people in prison.
You got to justify the police budgets.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's really where we stand. It's just like all we have a system of punishments and all problems in our society are individual. They're not systemic. It's people making personal choices to go to jail and be poor and be destitute, and that's the perspective that we push on a societal level and push into people's brains and brainwash them into thinking. So
yeah, and I mean I think that's like the real foundation of neoliberalism is the idea that if you have a bad life, it is because of a moral failing.
Yep.
And if you
see that with how everyone talks online and just the way people, you talk to you try to have a conversation, with people about systemic issues, and it always becomes down to, oh well, it's because they chose that person chose wrong.
Yeah. It's just I'm like, oh, you can choose to be born into privilege.
Yeah.
That's an interesting way to look at things.
So yeah, I mean, it's just like I mean, it would be nice to have like a hinge point type moment that everyone comes together and chooses to do the right thing.
What do you think was the last great hinge point in American history?
Jesus Christ. I think what we're living in, I mean, the last one I think was definitely 9/11, one of the greater ones. Like,
I'd say COVID, but no.
Yeah, COVID definitely. Like, I think like, I mean, it's like compounding where it's like, Reagan and the rise of neoliberalism and then 9/11 basically, and it's just been
and that's how the rise of neoconservatism.
Yeah, neoconservatism.
And then like with Trump, you see a rise of like I think an even truer brand of conservatism.
Yeah,
that's like not so neo anymore. In that, although no, it's pretty much as bad as Reagan.
yeah. I mean, fascism is on the rise, unfortunately. Yeah. I mean, I just like while we were here recording, I looked at my phone and saw we're having just another Nazi rally just out in the open in places, and it's like super duper. Yeah, super. It's just like it's
what we should do is go to that Nazi rally.
Absolutely. So yeah, I mean, it's just like we're so disconnected from everyone by design that we can't see the empathy, we can't see the humanity in others, and it's instead it's like we're all like grabbing on to whatever we can and trying to gatekeep other people from getting good things. And it's just like and now then there will have to be like a mass moment of class consciousness, of togetherness, just something to make us all realize that we're all on the same steaming
pile of shit.
We're all suffering the same way, and the only way to get out is to collectively come together and choose to do the right thing.
Do the right thing for the majority of people.
Do the right thing for the majority of the people, and everyone act in that sort of way. It takes sacrifice. It takes just like recognizing that our individual needs are accomplished through the collective, and not just the other way. Not like individualism is the end all. Like I need to I am alone in this world, and I need to cut everyone else off.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of a big bummer.
Not a big bummer.
Yeah. I'm not like nihilistic or black-pilled or anything,
Yeah.
but at the moment I don't see a way through, and I don't see any incoming catalysts for anything quite so drastic or moving or world-changing as any of this, at least not in America.
I have a lot of hope, and I do feel like Star Trek is one of those things that acts as a blueprint for how humanity should be, and it's just like a change of perspective, because if you look at it, capitalism isn't that old,
right?
It's just like in the world of things, it's just like just how our we live in a very propagandized country.
Right. Capitalism is not old, but systems of exploitation and extreme economic inequalities are as old as agriculture.
Yep. And it's like something that is learned and practiced. It's nothing that's inherent to humanity that it can like change for the better.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's probably a great place for us to leave it.
I think so.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging with us, Voyagers. Be well, travel safe. And I would definitely recommend Past Tense Part 1 and 2.
Absolutely.
Together, probably a 10 out of 10 episode of Star Trek.
Yeah.
Like it works on every level. The C plot is a little bit silly, but it's some welcome comic relief.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
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 Yeah, I think it's a good way to put it. Good place to end it.
All
right. Well, thanks for trekking with us, soy boys, girls on Willy Beans.
Hang dong
and shocker.
Soy, 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 soy. Soy, 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 soy.
He is a chipmunk. I am a robot. Chipmunk and robot. Chipmunk and robot.
Chipmunk and robot.
Chipmunk and robot.
Chipmunk and robot.